live on YouTube, and I hope to do a lot more lives doing decoupage, and yeah, follow along. I hope you learn something and enjoy the video. Okay, excellent. So I'll just turn you around to where I am going to be decoupaging a vase. I love this gorgeous little vase. I love the shape of it. I've got it on a little turntable here. I have painted it with a water-based exterior house paint. And the reason I use an exterior house paint is it is self-priming and so sticks to most surfaces. And I do 3 coats. I actually use one of these. It's a little speed brush on a handle, plastic handle, and it's a little speed brush, and it works really, really well to give you a nice smooth surface. I will put a caption, a link to the speed brushes at the end of the video for you, but they're very, very good. Stops you from getting brush marks and gets an even finish. Now, with glue, again, I'll put a link to the craft glue that I use. This here is a craft glue, and I water it down with water, so you've got a runny consistency, which is what you want. And I use a mix of 90% glue to 10% water. I find having a runny texture a lot better with decoupage. Today I'm actually going to demonstrate how I decoupage 3 different napkins. We've got this napkin here, and we've got this napkin here, and we've also got this wee napkin here. And I'm using all 3 of those to blend together. I'm an avid fussy cutter, and I will be doing videos on how to fussy cut. And so when I talk about a fussy cut, that's a piece there that I have fussy cut out, leaving just a white background. Yeah, so that's what I do with my pieces. And here's another example of a fussy cut piece of napkin. So I like to pre-cut all my napkins out. Sorry, get it in the picture there. And have them all placed in front of me. I like to think of it as like putting a jigsaw puzzle together by having all your pieces cut out and laid out in front of you. You can pick and choose what you want to stick on. So here we go. All right, so I've got this lovely piece. This little piece here is really standing out to me, so I think we'll start with that lovely piece, and I'm going to put it right in the centre down the bottom. So what I do is I get a little bit of glue, not a lot, and just put a light, you can hardly see it, a light lick of glue up the top there. And really that bit of glue is just enough to hold the napkin in place. And then you get your brush, and it's about doing long strokes. Long strokes from the center out and then across. You don't want to use dabbing, because dabbing will lift the napkin. You want long, even strokes. Just follow the contour of the napkin like so. And we've got that piece on. Now, there's enough glue on there that I can actually use my finger to glide over the top of what I've just glued. And that just helps get out any little tiny wrinkles that may still be there. And there we go. There's the first piece on. Right, so from there, I did cut out some lovely birds. Look at this lovely little fellow here. I hope you can see these images okay. And I think he would look lovely sitting on top of that. In actual fact, I think it could possibly look quite nice. No, I think right in there. So again, you don't need a lot of glue, you just need a little dab there. That's just to get him sitting where you want him, like so. And he'll happily sit there until you glue him down. So it's from the centre down, like so. And you can see I'm not using much glue. Now, because the glue is watered down, it penetrates through that napkin really, really easily. And he is now down. And there you go. You've got your bird on there. Right. So then I'm looking at the contour. See the contour through here. And I'm looking at my pieces that I've cut, and I think, well, what looks like it could go quite snugly alongside that. And look, if we were to put that piece there, that would blend in beautifully right there. So I'm going to put a lick of glue, I call it a lick of glue, a thin layer of glue up there. I always put the bottom on first, like so, and then bring this up. Now, the beauty of doing green foliage on green foliage blends beautifully together. So you can overlap any green foliage. It all just comes nicely together. Now I've got a little crinkle here. So just because there's a little bit of glue, the more you get used to handling the napkin with your finger, the better you'll get at it. There's a little crinkle just in there. I get a bit fussy with getting my wrinkles out. There we go, I got it. And then, see, it's all starting to come together. So the important thing is not to stick your pieces all over the jug, all over in random places. You're wanting to have some cohesion. So it's important to start from a center and work your way around and work your way up. So you've got some sort of cohesion going on. I kind of like everything to kind of make sense. So from there, I've got this sweet little napkin piece, and I love how, I love how this has got this lovely dark veining through it. Really pops out on the white. And to get some extension up here, we can actually have that trailing in from behind the bird to get the height. So I hope you can see everything quite clearly. So we're going to pop that through there like so. We're going right down the center and then out, out, out. And we're going to go across like so, like so. There we go, until it's all nicely smoothed out. I might just go through the handle there. And there we go. Now look at that beautiful dark vein. It just looks stunning. I love that. And that flow it gives. You've got that all coming through there. Right, so now that we've got that, now I'm going to look for a piece to come in through the bottom here. And there's a little bit of a kink in there. I've got it. So I could do, let me think, what have we got here? Lots of pieces. I can't move my camera too far over to show you, but you know, I'm thinking I quite like that there. So what we're going to do is put a little bit of glue, just again a thin layer in that general area, just so you can get that stuck in there. And we're going to put that on. Now, if you've got questions, please do ask, and I will promise to answer everybody at the end of this video. I'm always happy to answer questions, and I can put links into the materials that I use. Yeah, and welcome. I hope to try and do a lot of online videos. All going well. Here we go. It's starting to take shape. Now I'm going to put another viney looking piece perhaps up through here. See, now I could easily come through here and join something up into this space here. So it's just finding the right piece for that. Oh, actually, I quite like the poppy. Oh yes, you know that. See how that just looks? That just pops right there. When you hum and ha about whether the piece is going to work there, don't go there. You want to get a piece and you want it to just go, yes, yes, that works there. And with this long stems, you just go all the way down like so. Don't keep going up and down it because that'll cause all sorts of issues. Just one stroke down, it's on. And then we're going all the way out. Isn't that a gorgeous poppy? I love, love, love that poppy. I'm an avid thrift shop. I love going thrift shopping for all my pieces. I love to find all my vessels from secondhand shops. I'm going to come round the corner here with another one of these. I love this orange, so I'm going to actually blend this piece through here. And you can see you can actually see I'm not using a lot of glue. This is where a lot of people actually get into trouble, is they use too much glue. And the more glue that you use, the more trouble you get into. Less is more. As long as you've got enough glue on your brush that it glides over your napkin, then you're good to go. And that's going to taper around to the other side, which is really nice. Very good. Okay. Right, so looking good. So I'm wanting to go up through here. So I've got another poppy. And no, that's not working for me. What about, oh, this is a pretty little delicate piece here. Look at that. That'll look lovely through here. Let's go with that. So I'll put some glue through here. And here we go. Now don't be scared of all these curves, because a napkin is so soft, it'll just blend beautifully wherever you want it to go. As long as you've got glue in those areas, a little bit of glue, it'll gently move around to where you want it to be. You just let the brush and the glue do all the work for you, like so. And that's just curled round there beautifully. Got a little kink in my, yeah, fix that. There we go. Very good. Okay, now I want some more coming up through here. I've got this one which has got the poppy in it. Now this is, see how it's got that piece there and that piece there, and that piece is a bit too long. I'm actually going to trim that piece so that both pieces are even, so that I can kind of connect it from one to the other. But I think that's too big anyway, too heavy. I don't want anything top heavy up there. But you know what, I think, why don't we go like that? That would be perfect. If we do that. And the wonderful thing is I'm using 3 different napkins, but I'm creating my own style, which is really what I love. I love being able to create my own style. It's just endless possibilities. Look at that. So that's just just stunning. That's this napkin here. It's one of my favorites. I've probably had this packet about 3 times now. It just goes with so many different designs. There's a no, that's too big, but there is a pop of yellow. Oh no, hang on, let's, oh, gonna fly away on me. Let's look at, no, not that one. There's this pop of yellow. What do we think? It's pop of yellow here. See, there's a little connection. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little connection right there. So I can tailor one of these to connect right off that. And that's how you can get your long pieces. Have you noticed with these? So you don't have to cut all the little white bits out. You don't have to cut all the way out. You just need nice curves going all the way around. I'm going to put that little pop of yellow up there. So a bit of glue. I'm going to connect it down the bottom there first, like so, and up there. And then we get that piece on. Now, see how you got this nice long piece here? Well, that means that's great because you can connect. And how beautiful does that black and white piece look? And I'm going to add another yellow onto that. Just keep adding. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go up there with that piece. So a bit of glue. Add a bit more yellow. Another yellow flower up there. Look at that. See? Hang on, what's that one there? Oh, let's try this one. This is different. Let's put this one on. And I'm going to hook that in there like so. So it's all joined up. That's going to curl. Just hold it from the top. Beautiful. And that is that side complete. And it looks well balanced. Now I've got a lovely little butterfly here, and you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking how nice would it be to put a touch of glue here. Now it's only a little butterfly, so I put a touch of glue there, and then I'll use my brush to pick up the butterfly. See? So the butterfly is on my brush. I use it as a pair of tweezers, and then I stick the butterfly right there. Because the little ones are quite tricky to pick up. There you go. Right. Looking good. So I think that's quite balanced. It's not too crowded, and it's it doesn't look like there's a big gap of any sort. And so from here, oh, the piece here hasn't clicked down a bit, flapping in the wind. So from here we just carry on round to this side, and we continue. So we've got this really interesting space here. So I look at the pieces I've got cut out and think, what can I fit in there? So that's not a very big jug, but it's a beautiful jug. Don't know if I want that one. Oh, I think yes. Let's go with this piece here. So a bit of glue through here, like so. And we're going to tuck that right at the, right at the bottom. Start at the bottom, get your bottom ear into place, and the rest will follow. Now I wanted that to go down further, so I'm just using my hand to kind of get it to go where I want. And then come across and go down like so. So yeah, welcome. quite daunting doing live. I wanted to do it. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I used to do lives a long time ago. Anyway, so here we are. I'm here doing it. Right, now see that just flows on lovely from that side there over to this side. And there's actually another piece here. See how it's got that quite floppy piece? That's actually quite annoying. What you can try and glue it on like that, but what you can actually do is you could cut that out from here and then stick this piece here on first and then reattach. You can reattach that. It's nothing worse than having these flimsy pieces all over the place. So I'm just going to trim that there. And a little bit of glue there. And look, you can reattach it. Okay, I'm not making it look easy, but there you go. And my hand's stuck on it. It's not ideal. Okay. And you can reattach it. I think I got a wrinkle in there, but oh well. When you do get a wrinkle in your piece and you can't get it out, you can leave it to semi-dry and you can rework it by putting a little bit of glue back on it after, and it'll come right. Now, I quite like this leafy green piece with the poppy, so we might put that in here. I wanted something that wasn't going to be too heavy on this little vase. I wanted something that was quite soft and delicate in the design, which is why I've chose these ones to use, these napkins. For those who don't know, I do sell napkins. You just have to private message me on my Facebook page, Penelope Chic NZ, and I can send you my napkin range. They're only, if you're in the US, they're only 58 cents each, and you can order as many as you like, and shipping and handling is $5.98 US, so they're not expensive. Yeah, I'm just I'm going to pop this poppy in here. Which way do I want to go? Working out the angle. I might go straight up actually. So put some glue in there and go straight up. Now has it got a curl on there? It has. That's not loud. Okay. Get that on a bit more glue. Right, love the poppies. Now I've got this beautiful bird, which I think is probably too big, but I also have this gorgeous little, I don't know, would it be a yellow canary? Maybe. Or do I want to go, is this swee bird here? Maybe we could have him sort of, yeah, maybe we could have him kind of fluttering in this bit of space here, like so. I love birds and bees and butterflies. They're all good. There we go. Now that we've got him in, maybe No, he's too big. He's too big. Right, so from there, thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed watching me do this video. I will be doing more. Here we go. That's nice. I like that. Going up the vase. Right. What's going on there? Okay, and I want to sort of carry on up through here. So we'll find another piece to continue upward. Maybe this piece here. Oh, that's a nice piece. We could come from there, couldn't we? Look at that. Yes. Okay. Just talking out loud here. Right, we get that piece in place there and then across like so. Beautiful. And it just really helps bring the bird right into the picture with the flowers and the leaves all around it. Beautiful. And I think we could kind of come through this way with something smaller. What have we got here? Here we go. Maybe we could have, because the other thing to remember too, ladies, or people I should say, is there's, you know, you can look at different angles. Things don't all have to be going up. They could be going sideways or upside down, or, you know, you try things in different angles. So, because I'm thinking right now, I'm going to put this piece going upside down, hanging, so it's hanging down from that flower, like so. Get that where I want it to be. Come down a little bit there, like so. Look at that. And that's just going to come through the handle, which is quite nice. Oh look, it's actually joined up over there. That's quite cool. Like that. You get that coming through. But I feel like we need something through here. Now I've got a wee poppy here. I'm going to cut this poppy out of this piece here. So I'm just going to trim through here. Now, if there's any suggestions, ladies, of how I could make my videos better, feel free to let me know. Any constructive criticism would be much appreciated, or anything you'd like me to show, do let me know. So I'm just going to cut that little piece there. Right, and because I'm thinking we could trail that through here, like so. A bit of blue through here. As I say, you can go green on green. It all kind of blends together. Oh. Getting all unco with it. Here we go. Beautiful. Now, see down here, I find that that's an awkward little space down there. I don't like that. So I feel like it needs something little in there. So I'm thinking, and I've also got another one of those little butterflies. So I'm thinking a little butterfly right in that centre spot there would be lovely. So let's just put that butterfly right there. Just nice. And I need a little something there. I've got a little bit of purple flower here. I'm going to sit through here. Now I don't mind that this is going to cross over onto the green, because it all looks like it's meant to be. So that's where you can do a bit of layering there. And that just adds a little bit of filler in there. And I want to probably use the same one again just in here. Or here's a nice little green leaf. Pays to have some little pieces that you've got cut out for just doing the little details at the end. Just some areas you're wanting to finesse. So, oops, that's gone totally the wrong way. Okay, that was totally, let's see if I can salvage it. Okay, let's try that again. The problem there was I had far too much glue. Okay, you get back over there. There, that's perfect. That fills that little space there. That's lovely. But I feel like it needs a little something through here. So I'm going to find a little, oh, perfect. Look, this little piece here. I'm going to actually join it from this side here and bring it across here. So it's going to come out from this flower. I can get it in place like so. It's going to wrap round into there. Beautiful. Perfect. It fills it. I love how things can fill a space without crowding it. Just that balance. Nice. And well, let's find a little something to go down here. Something that's not too fat. A long skinny piece. Have I got something? Maybe not. Maybe we could trim this. We cut through here like so. And if we perhaps get this piece here, just this little bit of a detail here. We just put a piece there like so. Look at that. Just a nice little detail. Doesn't look like it's been forgotten. And what we could do is cut along around there. Just to make this piece a bit skinnier. No, but you know what? I think this little piece that I cut off is going to be good. And then I think we're finished. Right. Let's do that. Right there. Beautiful. Nice. Nice little touch. Right. So here we go. All finished. Hope you enjoyed that. I was going to put a bird on the other side. Oh, I did put a bird on the other side. Actually, I think, you know, we could possibly need something up there. It's looking a bit lost. I think we need a little bit of detail up there. But this cute little flower doesn't need a lot, just something. So I'm thinking if I come out from here, like so. Look, see, that's all it needed. Nice little white flower. And maybe a little something through here. Always something, always something. I might need to trim something. What have we got? I'm loving this beautiful blue flower. It really pops. So I'm actually going to cut that off from there and trim off the excess white that we don't want. Don't want more white than we need. And just through here. And look, I think that's too much, so I'm actually going to cut the pink flower off. And I think that there's going to be perfect. Just in that spot there. Look at that. Beautiful. Now we're done. Oh, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned something from that or enjoyed that. There's probably a few more gaps I could fill, but I'll leave it at there. I could probably put a little something there and possibly something through here. But yeah, thank you very much. And I will be happy to answer your questions at the end of the video. Lovely to meet you all. Thank you. For next time. Bye. Oh, don't know how to turn it off.